Hi and welcome to today's reading. Today's reading is a general reading for the collective, and I've asked my guides what you need to know about, and this is the card that came out. So we're going to find out what this is, and this reading will be centered around this theme, and use your intuition with what comes out. Take what resonates for you and disregard anything that you think is not for you. So this is what Spirit wants you to know. This is the card of care, and this is all about being gentle with yourself. So the main message, the main thing that Spirit really wants you to know about is remembering to take care of yourself in this journey. And I think what will come out in this reading is kind of more ways in which you can bring more self-care into your life. It is really, really important to always remember that on this journey we get a lot of influences from the outside world, and we often forget to actually go within and to really focus on being okay with who we are as we are. There's this affirmation that I often say to myself, and I think maybe it could be useful for you with this card coming out, is I am enough exactly the way that I am. I do not need to be more. I do not need to give more. I am enough exactly the way that I am. And I think that is a big theme coming out here, is to remember that message. You don't need to be more than you are. You are perfect as you are. You're created exactly the way that you're supposed to be. So you can see in this card, we've got this lady over here. We've also got a fox, and there's a little robin at the top there, and there's a bunny here. Both of these characters over here are sleeping. They are resting. They are just really present in that moment. So I think that's also the important message here, is to just always make sure that you are present in this moment. Because oftentimes when we get very anxious and these sort of thoughts come up, it's because we're thinking too far into the future, and the reminder is to always come back to the now. This moment right now where everything is fine. Everything is fine. You are fine right now. And that is like a center of beginning a lot of self-care, because when you realize that you are actually okay in this moment, you start to feel this sense of peace kind of wash over you. And that's really what I'm getting from this card here. It's just a very peaceful, nurturing, we've got the word gentleness. And that's a huge reminder from Spirit, something that really is important to remember and to focus on in your life, is staying present in the moment, remembering that you're okay and you're enough exactly the way that you are. You don't need to be any more, and to bring more self-care, self-love, self-nurturing into the situation, into the present moment, because that will eliminate any anxiety, any thoughts that are holding you back, any thoughts that are not necessary to carry. And you might think, like with all the knight on this card, you might think like that, you know, sleeping and rest, sometimes we don't put importance on that, because we live in a society where there's always this expectation to do more, to be more. But rest is really important. Rest is where we find peace. It's where our best ideas come after a rest. So I'm really getting that sense in this card too. Rest when you can, rest. So let's see what else is going to come out for you. What other advice? So I'm going to get one or two of these cards, which will give us some more ideas. What else does my viewer need to know today? What else does my viewer need to know today? How can they bring more self-care into their lives? How can they bring more self-care into their lives? What does my viewer need to know today? How can they bring more self-care into their lives? How can they bring more self-care into their lives? Okay. Alright, so we have two cards coming out. Alright, with this card, this is the first card coming out, and as you can see, this card is quite an ominous looking card, but what I'm really getting drawn to in this card is a level of authenticity. So you can see here how this person is wearing a mask. So with this card coming out, I'm really getting the idea that in order to really take care of your needs, in order to honor yourself in a sense, it's important to take off that mask. It's important to be your most authentic version. So if you feel like you need rest, then honor that feeling, honor that intuitive hit. If there is a feeling that there is something that you need to do more of, really consider, does that action of doing more, does it honor my authentic self? If the answer is yes, then by all means go ahead and do it. But if it doesn't, if it's an action that you feel like is going to drain you, or it's going to take something away from you, if it's going to cause lots of chaos, lots of action, lots of having to wear this mask of being happy when you're actually feeling really drained and burnt out, then Spirit is encouraging you to stop that action, to take off that mask, and to honor your authentic self. Take care of your needs. Take care of your needs. And this has a lot of red. This card has a lot of red in it. So I'm really getting drawn to the root chakra in this. And the root chakra is all about balance. You can see also that this person is standing in the sky. They're standing in these clouds. And with that feeling, I get this like uneasiness of like, you know how clouds are just made up of air. So you almost feel like you're just going to fall right through it. So I get that feeling of just putting your feet like on the ground, literally taking off your shoes and rooting yourself back to the earth, because that will also help to heal your root chakra and to find that balance again, to feel that all of your batteries are full again, to really get balance. And that is a really big part of self-care, is like finding balance within your life as a whole. So all parts of your life, whether it be your work life, your relationship, your eating, your work-life balance, like all of those things, balance is so important. And in order to get that balance, it's important to honor your authenticity, to honor who you are and what your needs are. So that's really the message that I'm getting from that card. This is the other card that came out, and with this I'm really being drawn to a lot of nature here. And we had that idea of rooting yourself and healing your root chakra, finding balance. You can see also how this owl is actually balancing very carefully on this twig, and the twig is like it's not super sturdy, but if you look down below, that twig is growing from this trunk, and the trunk is rooted deep into the earth. So I'm really getting that sense here of the wise thing to do. So the owl in this card could symbolize like the wisdom of really trying to look at your life, at everything that is going on within your life, and really try to use your intelligence, use your wisdom, use your knowledge to have that wider perspective on your life, and looking at everything and seeing, what can I eliminate, what can I do more of, what can I rest in, how can I find this balance in my life. So it's almost like with all the green on this card, like getting in touch with what your heart wants, what your authentic self wants, what your heart feels it needs more of in your life. Does it need more rest? Do you need to do more? Like, how do you feel? So Spirit wants you to really honor how you feel and use your internal wisdom to find those answers. Also, with all the lights on this card, I think there's going to be a lot of clarity about how you can bring more nurturance and more self-care into your life in these next coming weeks. There's a lot of growth on this card as well. So I see that if you allow yourself to really put your self-care as your priority, it's going to allow a lot of growth. It's going to allow you to come out of the woods in a sense and see the light, get clarity in the mistiness of the woods, you know, like if you can see in this picture, it's very misty, and but there's a lot of light in the background there. So I really do see that. I think there's a lot of clarity coming to you if you really put self-care and nurturing yourself at the forefront of yourself. You honor your authentic being, and know that it's okay to do that. Spirit wants you to do that. The universe wants you to take care of yourself. I also wanted to look at the bottom of the deck for this. So at the bottom of the deck we have this arrow hitting the bullseye of this target. This is also a shield, so it's actually a shield, but I also see it as being a target. So with the shield coming out here, I get the sense that it's important to protect your needs. That's kind of really the idea I'm getting here. In order to grow this grass, to find growth, protect your needs. And you know, that the bullseye, like that's what you want to get. You want to hit the nail on the head, for example, find the like win the spot or whatever. I don't know how else to describe it, but in order to like get that bullseye, find that direction in a sense. I guess that's how we could say it. Find the right direction in your life. Self-care and nurturing and protecting your needs is going to be really, really important. And there is also a lot of blue and red on this card, so I'm getting a lot of like throat chakra, a lot of root chakra, a lot of heart chakra. And the stones on here really make me think of like a solid foundation. We had in this card coming out that idea of a trunk with all the roots, and really like finding, you know, that foundation that is your self-care. So if you take care of yourself, you take care of your needs, you find that balance, it is going to be such a strong foundation that everything and anything that comes after that is going to be really, really built on such a strong root that it can flourish and grow, and you're going to be your best self in that sense. And I think your life will kind of transform in that sense, because it's going to be built on this like strength, this really huge strength. So I'm going to leave that card out at the top there. Then I want to get a dragon and see what dragon wants to come out for you. What else does my viewer need to know? What else does my viewer need to know? What else does my viewer need to know? What advice is there for my viewer? Advice for my viewer. What advice is there for my viewer? Okay, wow, oh my gosh, that's amazing. We have the Dragon of Transformation here. So this is really what is going to be happening for you if you, it's like, embrace this transformation. I know sometimes, like I said in the beginning, society does kind of make it hard for us to really just stop and like look back at ourselves, like to put some energy back into ourselves. But that is how the transformation happens. That is how you become that butterfly. Actually, funnily speaking, today I saw a little caterpillar in the garden, and caterpillars always make me think of, like, you know, that journey that it takes to become this butterfly, to become the moth. It's a huge, huge journey, but it's so important because you are able to take flight after that. You're able to achieve all your dreams, to be that like best, most authentic version of yourself. So it's really, really important to put your needs first, embark on this transformation, allow this transformation to happen. So that does mean that you are going to have to protect your needs. You're going to have to let go of things that are no longer serving you. Honor your heart. There's so much green on this card. Honor what your heart wants. And the answers for that are all going to be within your radar. There's an owl here. There's a fox here. Both the owl and the fox are super wise animals. We also have on this card a lot of crows, and the crow is connected to spirit. So I know that on this journey you are like always supported. You're going to get a lot of signs, a lot of messages that are going to help you know that it's okay to put yourself first. It's okay to take care of your needs. It is okay to just be all right as you are exactly at this point. And that is actually how you transform. Like, transformation doesn't have to be this grand thing. Like, transformation is something small that happens every single day with every small little action that you take. Even just spending, you know, like 5 or 10 minutes giving back to yourself, or putting some time, some energy into yourself. Even that, just 5-10 minutes a day of self-care, self-nurturing, being gentle with yourself, using kind words to speak to yourself and about yourself. That is going to make a huge difference. That is how you can transform your idea of yourself as well, like how you view yourself and how you view your place in this world. So I'm really getting, like a lot of messages from that card. I do want to look at the bottom of the deck as well. Oh my word, I love that. We have Gaia, the Dragon of Gaia. So that is, you're like hugely connected to this earth. The earth is, and water, I'm kind of also getting the idea, like obviously our earth is made up of land and water. So those two elements, water and land, you might even be a earth sign, or you may be a water sign. I'm getting that as well. But whether you are or not, you are part of this earth, and spending a lot of time in nature, focused on nature, is also going to be hugely beneficial for you on this journey of self-care, self-nurturing, and just the advice of like something that you do need to spend a lot of time doing is like honoring the earth and all that it gives us, and also the peace that earth can give us. The earth, like Mother Gaia, so much gentleness. We can learn from Mother Gaia. We can learn from the earth, like how, you know how there's always this natural balance that happens, And we see that like all through the processes of nature and how it works. So it's like, in a sense, Gaia is teaching us that that is how we should be in our life. We should always be trying to maintain and find that balance in different ways, however we can. And nature rests. Nature takes a huge amount of time to rest. Like in the winter, the trees lose all their leaves and they rest, they rejuvenate for the spring and the summer where they start to bloom again. So I'm getting that sense a lot from this. Like, it is okay to rest. If you feel like you need rest, please do honor that. Honor that. I'm going to get a moon card and we'll see what comes out with that. What advice is there for my viewer? Advice for my viewer. Oh, wow. I love that. We have bring love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius. So you might be a Aquarius sign, or Aquarius might be a relevant sign for you. This is once again like just so much blue on this card. We had a lot of blue coming out there. This card is all about like really just being kind and being gentle to yourself, bringing love back into your life. And love starts with like that, being able to love others, being able to love the earth, all starts with loving ourselves first. If we can find the beauty within ourselves, we are able to then see that beauty in the rest of our lives. We can then start to notice how beautiful this world is that we live in, this the beauty of each day, the fact that we have this honor of this amazing life on this planet, and being witness to like all of these beautiful transformations that are actually happening around us all the time. So in order to like see that, in order to appreciate that, it's so important to like bring that love back, that love of yourself. And there's so many different ways to do that. There's like just really spending time honoring what you need. And there's always a saying that an affirmation that I use also very often is like, I am loved, I am loving, I am lovable. Because when you say that, it's like you start to like transform the way that you see yourself. And if you transform the way that you see yourself, it just opens like a whole new world in a sense. Like, 'cause I get that also with this card of Gaia coming out, like a whole new world, a whole new way of being opens up for you when you start to know that you are like this perfect being already as you are. There's nothing more you need to do necessarily. It's just about honoring your authentic self, resting when you need to, bringing more love into the situation, allowing this transformation within your life to happen, spending time in nature, finding balance. And these are not like difficult tasks. These are actually quite simple tasks to embark on. And we also at the bottom of the deck have faith in your dreams. So in order to achieve your dreams, in order to achieve the things that you would like to achieve in your life, it does all start as well with self-care and self-nurturing. So it's like Spirit is basically trying to tell us today that so many things in life start within us, within our mind, within changing the way that we see ourselves, knowing that we are beings of love, showing our most authentic self in the world. So much of everything that we want to achieve in the world can start with this self-love and this self-nurturing. So, whew, really, really powerful messages coming forth here. So I'm going to get a tarot card and see what comes out. What else does my viewer need to know? Okay, something came really quickly. Oh my word. We have the Ace of Swords, so clarity. Clarity of the mind. I'm seeing this, like, this is really drawing me to the power of our mind. Our mind is like the root of all things in our life. It's where our ego is, which our ego kind of always needs to be tamed. So it's like really like there's a lot of emphasis on, like, you know, coming out of this spiral of like thoughts, you know, like sometimes our mind like makes us believe lots of things that just aren't really true about ourselves. And the Spirit is saying here to really like find that clarity and know that you have the power to change the way that you view yourself, and that is through self-care. It's through loving words, it's through nurturing yourself, it's through knowing, having the clarity that you are enough exactly the way that you are. Your mind might make you think differently. It might plant these negative ideas about yourself, but these are things that you need to let go of in order to like transform and to become that butterfly. It's so important to know and find that clarity of mind. Our mind is super powerful, and we actually hold that power to control our mind. We hold that power. So, and it's through affirmations, it's through nurturing, it's through love, it's through kind actions towards yourself that you start to transform how your mind views itself and how you view yourself. So there's a lot of power within your mind, and I think that clarity of mind is coming to you through this journey. And the advice here is to like look within yourself and look for those really, like, what do you need? What do you really absolutely need? What is important to you? Focus on those things. Focus on your authenticity, on your authentic being. Rest. So important. so important. But a lot of clarity is coming to you. I see that with the owl coming out. I see that with the Ace of Swords coming out here. Meditation can be super helpful as well on this journey. Quietening the mind, basically, and allowing you to come back to your authentic being, to like allow your soul and your heart to actually be heard. Because your heart is where your like soul and your authenticity lies. Your ego kind of tries to like change those ideas and brings forth these like other little niggling thoughts and stuff. But it's really important to let those go, to focus on your heart, to focus on who you are within. Yeah, so it's like self-care is really like the root of everything, and a lot of it starts in our mind, and it starts in harnessing that power, knowing that we have the ability to harness that power over our mind and how we view ourselves and how we view our lives and our actions. Because often our mind will tell us things like we're not doing enough. That's our ego. It's saying you're not doing enough, you're not being your authentic self, you're not this, you're not that. But actually you are. Exactly as you are is like, it's okay. It's okay exactly as you are. You don't need to be more. You don't need to do more. Quieten those thoughts. You have the power to do that. Take care of yourself. Take care of your heart. Then I'm going to look at the bottom of the deck for that as well. So, okay, we have this beautiful page of wands, like the passion, the inspiration, the sacral chakra. This is like, this person, look how like authentically they are just being themselves. They're embracing their authenticity and allowing themselves to shine, to be their authentic selves, to shine as brightly as they are made to be. So that is the advice for you, is this is who you can be. This is who you are right now. This person, jumping, dancing, allowing your lights to shine. There's so much light within you. And the more that you take care of yourself, the more that you embrace self-care and self-love, that is the root of so much joy. Like, I just see sun in this card. Like, if you look at it in the candlelight, like, look how bright that card is. And the sacral chakra is all about your doing, you know. So there was this big message about like letting go of that idea that you need to do more. Just enjoy the moment. Look at how this person is just enjoying the moment, embracing what is, who she is, what this moment is for her right now. So yeah, that's amazing card that to come out, I think. And I really do see you as being this person and having this energy within you. Then I'm going to get one of these cards, just any extra advice, any last advice for my viewer. That I love this. I love when this card comes out. It says you're doing great. So that is the message here, is you are enough exactly the way that you are. Don't feel like you need to do more or be more. You are perfect as you're created. And if you plant that seed in your mind, that you are doing good, you're doing great, it brings so much peace. And I hope that this message from Spirit, you're doing great, I hope it brings you peace. I really, really do hope that this brings you peace, because you're doing great on this journey. And if there's anything else for my viewer that they need to know, anything else? Let's see. So we have Pluto coming out, which is like all about death and rebirth and transformation, empowering yourself. The word on this card is empower. Empower yourself, and do that through controlling your mind and finding clarity and peace within your mind, and doing that through self-care, self-nurturing, putting your energy back into yourself, allowing this transformation to happen. And we have at the bottom of the deck words of affirmation. Words of affirmation are so, so powerful, because the more that you repeat these words out loud, the more you affirm to yourself that you are as you are right now, exactly perfect. But words of affirmation are so, so powerful on this journey. So I really, really encourage you to use words of affirmation. They are really so powerful in changing the way that you see yourself and what you believe about yourself. So just to end off, I'm going to see if I can get any letters quickly. Let's see. Any last letters? Okay, so we have some numbers as well. We have a D, we have 2 Ds. So D might be an important letter for you. We have a G, an F. We have quite a few, an S, a K, quite a lot of letters. Oh, and with this 8 coming out, I'm really getting this idea of like infinity, and like, you know how if you turn the letter 8 like that, it's just this this flow. And the more that you use these words of affirmation, the more that you put time into yourself, you're going to generate this beautiful flow in your life, this beautiful endless flow. And that's how everything, all of your dreams start to come true, because you're allowing that natural flow of life. And the world wants us to get onto this journey of flow and of allowing just life to naturally like happen for us. A Q. So we've got a K, which reminds me of king, and a Q reminding me of queen. So becoming the king and queen of your life, basically. So whether we have males watching, females, whoever's watching, you have this power to be the king and the queen of your life, to take that power back. I'm really getting that sense of taking the power. Another 8 coming out, so you might be seeing a lot of 8s around. We also have 2 2s over here. We have a 10, a 4, an 11, a 12. So we have 10, 11, 12. So taking those steps in the journey, and the steps start with self-care. They start with nurturing yourself. So I'm not really getting too many words other from these letters, but maybe these letters are relevant to you in some way, the S, F, D, G, K, Q. But that is the reading I have for you today. I really hope this reading guides you, and I really encourage you to embark on this journey of putting yourself first and knowing that it's okay to do that. It really is okay to do that. Spirit is encouraging you to do that, because that is where you gain your power. That is where you become the king and the queen of your life and of this life, and allow life to happen naturally for you. You're already doing great as you are. Take that message with you. It's a really important message, and continue to honor who you are and put yourself on this trajectory forward and into this natural flow of life. So thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to another reading soon.